Hey guys, Bryan Lebo here with your August Las Vegas market update video. Well, summer's all but over. I'm a little bit tanner. The kids are back to school and we're getting close to the end of real estate's fever pitch season. Now that the market is going to start slowing down, let's see how last month stacked up. Alright, first up is last month's sales. Last month we sold 2,951 homes. This was a 10% increase over last year's sales. So far, every month except April has seen substantial increases in sales over last year. While sales were great, it was still a bit short of what we did in 2015 though. Alright, next, let's see how sales affected our median price. As you can see on the screen, we ended last month with a median price of $259,900. Not only was this a 1.9% increase over the previous month, but it puts us at 10.6% over last year's median price in July. Now keep in mind that normal appreciation is only 4%. So 10.6% is fantastic appreciation. It doesn't hurt that the median price has gone up every single month this year. What's going to be interesting though is what happens this month to the median price. While we saw weaker appreciation last year, the median price actually went down in August. Is it possible that it can happen again this year? I'm thinking no, but we'll have to wait a bit to see. All right, next up is the current inventory levels. On the screen now, you can see that we ended July with 5,082 homes on the market. While this wasn't even a 1% increase, I'm still pleased to see that the inventory hasn't gone down for 2 months. We're already incredibly tight on inventory, so it's good to see some stability here since inventory tends to go down during the holidays anyhow. All right, last year, the inventory didn't really start decreasing until September, but October, November, and December saw some substantial decreases. At this point, we really can't afford to see dramatic decreases in inventory during this holiday season. Now let's break down this inventory. As you can see, 3.1% of the market are short sales, 1.7% are foreclosures, and 95.2% are traditional sales. This is fantastic considering last August, only 90% of the market were traditional sales. So the trend is continuing to move in the right direction. Okay, last but not least, let's see what's going on with the NODs or Notice of Defaults. Now we track this activity since it's an indicator of future foreclosure activity. As you're about to see, NODs completely nosedived last month. I've been tracking the NODs since 2012, and I've never seen anything like this before. Even when the bill AB 284 was passed, we went from thousands to hundreds. Last month, we dropped to only 9 filings. 9. This actually started in mid-June, but really made the impact last month. Now, the reason for this drop-off has to do with a new legislative bill called SB 490, which passed on June 12th. In short, this bill not only brings back mediation for homeowners, but changes it from the Nevada Supreme Court to a new state-sponsored nonprofit organization called Home Means Nevada. It remains to be seen what effect this law and subsequent changes will have overall. But in the meantime, this is certainly putting a cramp in the Notice of Default filings. Okay, let's wrap up what we learned. Sales are still brisk, but like normal, down from June. Median home prices still continue to rise, and we're continuing to see more and more traditional sales as opposed to short sales and foreclosures. Notice of defaults are all but frozen right now, and who knows when that's going to actually pick back up. So what does all this mean to you and where are we going? Well, first off, let's talk about these median prices for a second. I've noticed an awful lot of media attention this past month, really hyping up the fact that prices are rising so substantially. The truth here is actually very gray. Now, back in the boom, when you said prices were rising, it was like a blanket black and white statement. When prices went up, everything went up. Now this time, it's very much segregated. In short, it's all about the low end of the market and then everybody else. Even my personal residence hasn't really increased in value over the past 2 years. I mean, it sounds crazy, right? I live in Summerlin and in the zip code with the highest appreciation rate, but yet no appreciation in 2 years. In fact, a couple of homes have recently sold below what some of them were selling for 2 years ago even. So how is this even possible? Well, it really starts from the bottom. As I alluded to, the market is very segregated right now. There's homes under $300,000 and then everyone else. On the low end of the market, you have almost 30 buyers for every one resale home. Meanwhile, home builders aren't building affordable homes right now. There's simply no profit margin there. So you have 30 buyers for every home and no supply of new homes to satisfy that demand. Now, as you head towards the 500,000 plus price range, you get down to about 5 to 10 buyers for each home. Meanwhile, you have about 800 new home sales per month. That's 800 less buyers for resale homes. So on one end of the spectrum, you have no supply and hyper demand. On the other end of the spectrum, you have modest demand and sufficient inventory. As a result, when you look at the average sales price for homes over $500,000, you'll see that the appreciation is literally half of what the low end of the market has seen. Sadly, I don't really see this trend changing anytime in the near future either. In the meantime, if you're looking to sell, now's the time to get very serious about pricing as we're getting closer to the holidays, which is typically very unkind towards sellers, especially when you're selling family homes. If you're a buyer, it really depends once again on the price range. If you're on the low end, every day counts as the prices are continuing to increase on a monthly basis. Now, if you're looking on the higher end, it actually may count to be somewhat patient. Motivated sellers will be much less confident in a few months. By the end of October, it just starts to look just damn depressing. In all likelihood, if your home hasn't sold by then, it's probably not going to sell until after the new year unless you improve the marketing or the pricing. So you start to see these bargains out there from motivated sellers if you exercise some patience. Well, that's it for this month's video. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to subscribe and have a wonderful rest of the summer, everyone.